Hello, hello, and welcome to a brand new series that I will be doing for Jurassic World Evolution 2. And this is a series that I like to, I don't know, I'm just going to call it I'm still working on a name for the series, but I'm basically just in the middle of making a pretty big documentary for my classes at university. And as such, I am very, very stressed, to say the least. So I figured that I could use Jurassic World Evolution 2 as a way to give myself a little bit of rest and relaxation, so to speak. So here is that playthrough. I'll basically just be gonna maybe do this as a weekly or so series where I will just be, building an exhibit and doing a little bit of talking over it. Now, in the future, the commentary will be live, as in it will be going along with the video. However, because I am a fool who did not check to see if recording software worked before using it, I didn't get any audio recorded for this one. Oh, my headphones are on low battery. But anyways, here we go with building this little park. Now, I haven't built a proper park of my own in quite some time. It's been a lot of, when I have been playing Jurassic World Evolution, it's been a lot of making the documentaries, so that's been kind of creatively not draining because I do love doing it and I really enjoy making those parks, or not those parks, but those documentaries, but it's very limiting in what you can really do. So with this series, I wanted to actually get the chance to be creative with something. So here I'm making a little entrance area using the visitor center as what would be a ticket booth, let's say, or one of those kiosks where you have all your gift shops for the final goodbye and all these things, with some statues out front just for photo ops to make sure that people have something to do while they wait in line or wait for whoever to get out of the non-existent parking lot. We're using the Temperate Square map, which is in Germany, because I really enjoy the kind of vibes that are given off by the temperate maps, as well as the temperate foliage, and also the grass just looks really neat. So working on this little entrance area, making a little plaza, so that our guests have something to do besides just take photos. So we assume people go this way from quite a long distance away, so we want to give people a little something to sit down and enjoy their time before they actually enter our zoo. I don't know why I pronounced R like that, but before they enter into the zoo. So some nice tables and chairs for some shade, as well as a bunch of picnic tables so they can enjoy all of our amenities that we still do not have. But it can stand to reason that there'll be some food and drink in the visitor center, as well as the little snacks that we're having set up here, and a park map that we are going to pretend actually looks like the park we're actually building instead of just being a map of Jurassic World. Because hey, if we can pretend such fun and simple things, then we can accept that we are building a zoo with dinosaurs. Because why not? Live the dream. But right here, working on the other side. So that first plaza is much more catered towards the amenities, so the food and drink of everything. But I want this other side to be more catered towards education and, I guess, edutainment. So I'm creating a little, not amphitheater, but kind of an amphitheater out of these pieces here. And I wanted to put in a little skeleton, so a Triceratops, not exactly a little skeleton, it's the size of a damn elephant, but, something that is not going to poke its head through the ceiling of the canopy here. With this series, I'm really hoping to try and bring the feeling of what a zoo is, into Jurassic World Evolution. So exhibits are going to be massive, and we're going to be using all the modded tools that we can to make everything look extra spiffy. But here we have our lovely centerpiece, which would be this Dreadnoughtus and Parasaurolophus, or Parasaurolophus if you're a war criminal, which will be the... I recently went to the San Diego Zoo, so I'm thinking the massive lion that they have outside as a big decoration and a huge photo op that Yeah, that's really cool. And getting one of these massive Mediterranean trees and slightly knocking it over so it seems like the Dreadnoughtus is coming through is really something that I found to be quite a fun touch with it. So adding these planters here as a nice little entry slash exit separator. I really enjoy doing that when it comes to making these parks. Now here, I've realized I made a horrible mistake in that the visitor center does not allow me to, bring people into the rest of the park. So instead, we're going to be using the Jurassic Park Control Center from The Lost World, which I think kind of gives it more of a tickety vibe. And here I am giving a tour that no one can hear because of the fact that I am an idiot and didn't check to make sure that I could actually use my microphone. So here we are in post-production and doing this voiceover over what is a speed build of everything. Now, this series will not be a speed build series. As much as I love doing speed builds, I want to kind of limit the amount of editing that's actually going to go into these and make these pretty unedited, so they're going to be long and honestly probably not going to be, the most impressive videos I've ever made. All that effort is going into the documentary that I'm currently writing, shooting, and animating, which I will possibly be releasing on this channel sometime in May, give or take. Maybe even June or July, depending on how much I want to edit it after I've turned it into my professor. But yes, I am a university student, and as a university student, I have obligations to classes and such. But here we go with actually building this Edmontosaurus exhibit. So I laid everything out with some of the light cable fences. What that has basically allowed me to do is give myself a nice barrier so that I know what the shape of the exhibit is going to actually be before I go at it with some invisible walls to add in these glass barriers. Because the mod that creates these glass barriers does not give them collision, so animals can just walk right through them if they choose, which is an interesting choice. But anyhow, so in placing those invisible barriers down, it's wiser to have the light fences in order so I know exactly where I'm building what before I start placing down those invisible barriers. Now going around with these wooden fences so that everything seems to be a little more in line with how the glass barriers are. Now Edmontosaurus is a pretty simple creature, especially on these temperate maps. It doesn't really require a lot, so I'm just going around giving it some shrubbery and a little lake, and honestly, that's enough to keep them all the way happy. But going at it with the paintbrush and giving them a little terrain. Now, as I am building my beloved temperate rock bridge, something very strange has gone down in that these Edmontosauruses love to break out for no reason. Breakouts are turned on. But the thing is, they shouldn't be breaking out, even though, technically the security fences are lower than what is, warranted for an Edmontosaurus. And it might be a issue I have with mods, but I've never had this problem ever arise before, in that the dinosaurs are choosing to break out for seemingly no reason. But I think it might be because the fences I've used are lower tier than all the default fences, so that could just be a coding thing. But again, never had this issue before in all the times that I have used these fences. I don't know, very peculiar. But anyhow, that is that is a problem that I will eventually figure out. And yeah, but moving on, doing a little more detail work to give that glass wall a little bit of more of an overhang, so it doesn't look just like open glass. So going at it with my beloved long temperate rock and doing some more formation work to give it a little bit of girth to it, because we all love to have a little bit of girth with our fences. And now the street lights. Wait. But when it comes to Jurassic World Evolution, I really don't like the lighting system in this game. not any fault on the mod maker behind these street lamps, but it's just the way that the lights work. They're all extremely concentrated and they don't really bounce around a lot. So I don't know. It's just not ideal, in my opinion, for making very illuminant parks. But here, making a little plaza area or kiosk area where I can have all of the guest amenities like restrooms, drinks, food, the whole 9 yards. And with that, getting a little ahead of myself and doing a tour of the little park that I've made so far. And as we approach the end, just thank you for joining me on this little adventure, and I will see you all in the next episode, which should be coming out later today at the time of releasing this episode. So, thank you for joining me, and this very much unscripted commentary over a lot of work that was done a long time ago. And by a long time ago, I mean yesterday, because that's when I found out that, oh no, the recording didn't work, and I spent all of today, doing schoolwork, as well as getting the recording software to work properly. So, thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.